Faith, you see, is built as we recognize God's hand in our life. As we evaluate the events despite positive or negative people. You see, because that's not even, it's not the positive or negative things. It's what you evaluate. We spent about 7 or 8 weeks talking about life seasons and a life message. And as we began to think through some of those things, we realized that in every season of life, there's both positive and negative influences. But in the end, it's not the positive or negative influencers that actually shape the season as much as your attitude. You're discovering who God is during every season of life. And it is what David did. He discovered that God was with him out there. And if God was with him out there, he's with me right now. And if he is with me right now here with you, O King Saul, he will be with me out there with Goliath. It's not the issue of where I am or what I'm doing or who is with me. Spiritually, have you evaluated what's going on? The small wins lead to greater wins. And every small struggle builds muscle if you see it, if you feed it. Never nursing away from growing pain, but welcoming every struggle and knowing that God is doing something. We need to recognize the hand of a good God in the past. I made it then and I'll make it now. I won then and I'll win bigger now. God was with me in the mountains in a rugged Judean desert, and he will be with me now. This is what Romans 10 verse 17 says. You're familiar with this passage. Faith comes by hearing. This is hearing. Evaluating. Not just me quoting something, not just you putting a plaque on the wall. But faith comes because we have heard, we have lived, we have evaluated, we have discovered, we now have inculcated into our lives who he is. And now this one thing is nothing more than the last few things. Just a little more muscle exertion. And it'll be done. Question number 3. How are you viewing this challenge? Is it a personal challenge or a corporate challenge? It shouldn't just be personal, because your wins or losses impact everyone. Rising to a challenge or staying under a tree with the other soldiers may depend on how you view the threat. Is it just you at stake, or are there greater things in jeopardy? You see, your family depends on you. The company depends on our consistent faithfulness to the task. Because of that, this forces me to face my inadequacies. No more pretending. Face your inadequacies. Where do you need to grow? Think about it. We can just pretend it's not there. Maybe not. You see, every opportunity for you to see, okay, I'm a little bit weak here. I'm not really good at that. Every time you pick up something that's a little bit heavier than what you were used to picking up, it builds muscle. It strengthens bones. It aligns your back if you do it all right. And you become stronger with every struggle. Pretending it's not there does you no good, and you waste a great opportunity. Well, I want to kill Goliath. Try killing the spider. Spiders are scary too. They're so fast. Almost legs. Take care of the little thing. When the Goliath comes down the pike, you will be ready. Strengthen those muscles. You see, because faith says, in Christ I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. See, it's not about faith. It makes me plan a way forward and not just empty activity. Plan, not just empty running around, not just talking. I plan. Faith says the steps of a righteous man are ordered. There it is. How about that? It forces me to find real resources, not just jokes. Everybody still with me? Faith says God will meet every need according to his riches and glory. He will meet every need. He will help you. Are you hearing me today? This nation depended on someone doing something. It wasn't a matter of days until the nation fell to slavery. It was already in slavery. Now, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Couldn't do anything. They were frozen. They were already in slavery. They could do nothing about it. They just hadn't realized it yet. The king is hiding in his tent, and the soldiers are passing the day playing cards. They certainly weren't with their families or on their farms. They were all under the control of this giant threat. And this nation is too. And your company is too. And your family is too. And it's time to do something. Here's some action steps. Number 4. What action steps must you take? First one is this. Be careful of following another paradigm for solutions. Be careful. What works for somebody else may not work for you. Be careful of following another's paradigm. You see, the stakes were high in this conversation. Goliath was out there, he had set the way to be solved. One-on-one fight. David accepted the one-on-one, but he refused to fight on the grounds the way he wanted it done. He chose stealth, and he chose light-footed tactics instead of heavy armor. Goliath was ready for one, and David prepared another. And it was different. You see, what works for somebody else may not be what you need. The way somebody else addresses something may not be the way that you need to do. Oh, but it works so well for him. Oh, that's great. What does God say to you? Oh, but that's such a wonderful deal. Oh, that's great. I'm glad it's wonderful. What is God saying to you? You see, we do want faith. But you know what? I think we get the cart before the horse. Let's figure out who Jesus is. Let's pursue him. Let's try to get our heads around that. Is that real? Is that not real? He's up for a challenge. Talk to him about it. But let's understand that one person's paradigm cannot be yours. Second thing is this. Running from the challenge provides a very poor trajectory for launching a solution. And I want you to think about this. I love this in my head. I don't know if I can convey it to you. Facing a challenge increases the odds of felling the beast in your life. Facing it increases the odds of you felling the beast in your life. Even your body is equipped, it's arranged for you to face the enemy. It is very hard for me to imagine fighting somebody with my back turned to them. Can you imagine doing that? See, your body is not shaped that way. Your muscles, your tendons, the joints are meant to flex forward. Your eyes are where they are. Your ears are pointing this direction. You are built to face the challenge and not to run from it. When the giant came out and beat his chest, and little David went out, and he had this sling, and he's looking at him, and I kind of wonder if the giant's eyesight was really all that good, and he's looking, and he kind of sees movement. Is it a rabbit? And then the rabbit spoke. And then he said, who am I, a dog? Did you send somebody out with a stick? He was insulted. And so he said, okay, fine. If that's your game, then that's great. And I think he dropped his guard. Because David didn't run. David ran toward him. What a great story. He ran at him. He couldn't have run away and threw the rock this way. can you imagine? Running from the challenge provides a very poor trajectory for launching a solution. You face it. You look at it. You examine where you've been from. You never lose sight of that. You see, I want faith to shape the way I do things. You don't look very strong in faith running away from the deal. Face it. There were times, I could all kinds of stories in our past, different locations of hey guys, I've seen like demon possessions and stuff, and it's just crazy. You know, I hesitate to still tell stories like this because it's just, people go, or oh, that's just sensationalism, or I have to confess that there wasn't a time when I felt all arrogant and all man of faith. Usually it was more like, ooh. That's awful. Sometimes it was like, Father, what am I going to do? And to look at that and be broken. You see, in the past, this is what God has done, and this is what David was doing. And he faced this giant, and it was not arrogant. It was something inside of him that muscles had grown to a point where he knew what he was to do. And God wants you to have that kind of faith despite challenges. That's what he wants. Your solution may be simpler than you imagine. Rocks are not costly. Sling is not heavy. The hard thing is not always the right solution. God made your arms the length they are. Some of them have longer ones, some longer, shorter ones. I got these medium-sized ones, but they work. You tie my shoes. That's my nose. I'm good. Reaching, first of all, within your grasp is the best way to maintain balance. God is not far from you. God is not far from you. The solution may be simpler than what you think. It may not be the big thing. His voice is not dulled with fatigue. He does not have a problem communicating with you. We may have a problem hearing him, but his voice is not dulled with fatigue. All things do work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. It really does work. This one you may or may not like it, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Responsibility may become higher priority than relationship. Everybody's like, I don't know if I like that. Listen to this. His brothers scoffed at him. Go home. Do what you're told. What have you done with Dad's sheep? You rascal. Read the story. 1 Samuel 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And you will see all of these things are absolutely true. They scoffed at him, and they told him to go away. Well, like a good younger brother, he should have packed his sling and went away, but he didn't. Because responsibility sometimes will trump relationship. And sometimes you have to just do what's right. What is God saying